back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point guard. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Screen by Duncan. Parker dishes to Green. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Clutch has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Spurs trail by 18. Nobody near Parker. It's good from long range. Parker's got 12 points in the game.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over. And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebounds. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Duncan kicks to Green.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Leonard with the ball. 11 points in the game. Over in the corner, Green. Wide open look. And another basket for San Antonio.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Leonard against Paul. Jordan the screen. Here's Navarro. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Leonard, that's for 2. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter. Los Angeles leading by 13. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable. That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Picked by Griffin. Here's Navarro. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature. And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Paul passes to Griffin. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
San Antonio on defense, trailing by 10.
Here with the lead, they'd really like to finish this team off. They just haven't knocked down the three-pointers at the same percentage that they did in the first half here in the second. So we'll see what happens going forward.
Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they've had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Parker against Paul. Parker fires the 17-footer. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from LaMarcus Aldridge.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. Clean look from that range. He's got to take it. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And there's the pass to Navarro. It's stolen by Green. Aldridge kicks to Green. Parker outside. Green, the screen. Pass to Duncan. Over in the corner, Green. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Green's got 10.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Terrific game for Jay. He's got 24 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Parker outside. Aldridge a screen. Parker dishes to Ginobili. Duncan, the pass to Leonard. 6 to shoot. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Pass to Navarro. The dish to Jordan. And he dunks it down.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Ginobili kicks to Parker. Back to Ginobili. This one for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Jay's got 7 rebounds in the game. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season, yet quite a year for him in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine a first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
Parker sets the screen for Ginobili. Here's Aldridge. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 4 assists in the game. And he lays it straight in. And now it's 27 points for Clutch.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And the basket good. Leonard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Spurs. Here's Navarro. He's got 29 points. Goes up off the pick. Humphries off the pick and hammers it home.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Parker dishes to Duncan. Nobody near Leonard. Misses the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Double team on Parker. 3-pointer. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Parker.
For 3.
That's now 22 points for Leonard.
Timeout.
Los Angeles timeout call.
Start it.
And the Clippers call time here.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. And it's Mills in for Parker. And he gets it to go. 29 points for Clutch.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Spurs ball.
Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Aldridge has got 18 points. And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things. He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's West, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Boris Diaz checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking is up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart, he's tough, he's all about team, and, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Outside Leonard, kicks it to Ginobili.
Clippers foul.
The Spurs have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Here's Navarro, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time, the replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay to get these big calls right.
Let's go, gentlemen.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers lead by 15.